Greyson here and Rex with Results Media, back at the Results Media podcast. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. I think every podcast so far has been a book review. And today we're just going to talk kind of about our company, Results Media, maybe a little bit of how we started, some origin story, where we're at now and kind of how it's developed and what we're excited about, what we're doing. So I think we'll just kind of start from the beginning maybe. What do you think?
That sounds great.
Okay.
I know for me, this is something that I've been dreaming about for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to say that 10 years ago I knew what this looked like, I didn't.
Yeah.
But I knew that I wanted to have impact. One of the things that has always drove me in the yacht industry is the ability to actually impact people's lives. We were able to, and I should backpedal a little bit, a person generally speaking buying a yacht, they're 50 years old in general, 45, 55, until when they buy their first one. And most of them have worked all their lives. I mean, 80 hours a week. They've really worked. And they've accumulated a immense amount of money. But most of them haven't spent any fun time. You'd be just really surprised in that industry that most of them have worked.
Yeah.
And so what I found the most value out of what have I got to do is I got to show them all of the benefits of their hard work, really show them a different side of life and really open up the true smell in the roses. Ultimately, and you'd see it and just and see the impact that you would have on these people's lives. It was some of the most amazing relationship building, and I knew that I had to have that impact in my life.
Yeah.
And so, but I always knew that I wanted to do something bigger.
Right.
I always wanted to have impact. More so, I wanted to somehow find a way to have impact on communities as a whole. I didn't know how to do that or whatnot, and I was just moving along in my career. And as the economy really changed, it changed the way that we did business in the yacht industry. In 2008, there was a real economy crash that just devastated the yacht industry. Most yacht manufacturers in the U.S. wouldn't even build a boat for years. So 2012, I get back into it, and it was a different world, different time, and very challenging. As you hear me speak all the time, the industry, we only sold to really the 1%, but possibly maybe 0.01%, probably not even that much, would really actually ever have the water gene enough to buy a boat.
Right.
So the marketing to it, my whole career has always been a challenge. And the most effective way that we've always been able to do it is just through spending an immense amount of money on boat shows, because there's no way to really market that intricate specific market. And so 2012 comes around, and we have a lot of digital tools at our hands. And so I start getting really aggressive with email. MailChimp was one of them. Loved that program. And I had always been, coming from a computer science background, always inundated with the CRM tools my whole career and what they can do. But 2012 comes around. There's some amazing tools from LinkedIn and some other tools that just were incredible. Not to, I haven't even gotten to the great ones, Google AdWords and all of these different tools that are disposable was incredible. And so I had probably in the most challenging time, because 2012 was not a year that the yacht industry would want to clap about or claim success.
Right.
It was a very difficult year in yacht sales, and we were having phenomenal success, and we were a startup company, growing leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
And so I was like, wow, how this is incredible. And I really believe it was because of the passion that I had and we had towards the digital side.
Yeah.
And it started to teach me just a different path in business. And I sold some amazing boats to the tech world. And that was really we want to go after the tech world. How are we going to do that? And after selling some big-named clients in the tech world, I really started to see that the system worked, and the ability to really target markets and really understand the message that they wanted to hear and deliver it to them,
right,
was an incredible passion for mine. And so for me, the dream was really always there.
mm-hmm.
Implementing it is a whole another story. And a lot of it, and then I read this guy Simon Sinek about why, and he really started to help me understand, because one of my problems was I never wanted partners.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, how do you do something that's huge, bigger than you, if it's not bigger than you?
Right.
Literally.
Yeah.
And so for me, I had all these challenges, and I knew that I had the talent. I was able to take yacht dealerships from 1 million to 20 million. I knew I had the right mix.
Right.
But at the same time, how do I do it to impact people? I didn't want to just make money.
Right.
Matter of fact, I'm still that is just the least motivator for me.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to impact communities. And so for me, this is how I really came to Results Media, is that I saw your videos and how you were able to bring people's stories to such an emotional state. And I'm just, man, I can't even, I'm getting goosebumps now thinking about it. I was just like, man, take that with what I know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we could
do something.
We could do something amazing.
Right.
And, we got to know each other more. More importantly than anything, once I got to know who you were and how much authentic, true of a person you were, that we had the same, goals. Not money, not starting a company, not growing anything. It had nothing to do with that. Mm-hmm. It had to do with changing communities, having an impact, positive impact on people's lives and in the communities we lived. So really, that's what kind of started it with me, and just kind of, with that, we started talking, and so I don't even know if I've ever really told you that story. So here we are on the air. Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool. We've talked about that a little bit. And it's funny you said that you wanted to do something like this for like 10 years, but didn't know what it would look like, because essentially that's my story too. I've always kind of had this idea of some sort of creative agency that I've wanted to be a part of or start, but did not think it would look like this, And even when we started this, it doesn't look the same as when we started, 6 months ago?
Yeah, we've talked about that 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And I would love to get more into the details of how much we've changed.
Yeah. But it's even becoming more of what, I think my dream 10 years ago and growing is and was. So that's really cool. And I don't know where I was going. Anyway.
Well, I'd like to, we started off real excited, and one of our first customers, and we love the team, Professional Education Centers, and they are a nursing school that certifies nurses nationwide. They go into hospitals and nationwide and
put on their own seminars.
Yeah. These people are passionate.
Yeah.
They really
OB
love
nurses.
Yes, for OB nurses, exactly. And at that dollar level, I don't want to get into the true intricacies. We were pretty excited, and we couldn't wait to, go get 15, 20 clients just like them. And so we started to do some digital ads and, some Facebook, and we really, doing our own podcasting and really getting the wheel turning, and really professional. It was great. And, it really sufficed all of what I had hoped at the time.
Yeah.
And so we really start, turning that wheel, and then we start doing our own podcasting and posting, and what we have learned and where we've grown. And the podcast that we're doing today,
right.
I'm very proud of. but also the level of clients. When you look at a client like a ScanSite 3D, and when you look at the technological advancements, and when you look at our first podcast and look at where we're at today in the studio here in San Rafael, California, in an amazing environment. An incredible growth. I couldn't have dreamed this 6 months ago. And we're on a fast track to just really do some amazing, impactful things.
Right.
And what we're talking about, you can see in our starting from a little apartment, and we were so proud of it, and our great podcast to a 2,200 square foot studio in a really nice office building. So we've grown very, very quickly, and we've grown very quickly technologically. From our SEO capabilities, website development,
content creation.
Is unbelievable. And I definitely want to get into some of the technological advancements of website development. But man, content creation, I think, is something that we're doing that no one in the world is able to do as fast as we're able to truly create blog posts and really have promotions with them, and really
podcast,
put out
graphics,
and to put out 2 to 3 professional posts per client a day, and we're able to do that very quickly, effectively, and very easily, and then run a real campaign around that. That I couldn't have dreamed of us being capable of doing 6 months ago, within a 10-year period. Nonetheless, 6 months.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. And to think that we did it in 6 months. Now, a lot of people think, well, how did you plan for that? And we did have a plan. I don't want people to think. But what people need to understand about a good plan is that a good plan has a plan in it to be changed. That's what a plan is designed to be, is changed and aggressively. And so we've just updated our plan as the opportunities come. And we've kind of allowed our story, in my opinion, to be very authentic. And we've recorded it. We've documented it. We didn't even hide anything. We've got podcasts out there with a closet door open, showing things inside the closet. Nonetheless, that it was at the apartment. I just loved it.
I think that's perfect.
It is.
All we do is tell authentic stories.
And really, at the end of the day, that's what we do. That's it. We just happen to do it very well, and we use some amazing technological tools to make sure that the message resonates in the right area to the right specific target market.
And I think it's important for people to know that we don't have everything figured out. We just started, and we put a plan in place, and we started to implement it, and then something would shift, and we would make changes, and something else would shift, and we'd make changes, and we'd meet with a new client somehow. It would be that, whether it's somebody like one of us meeting somebody, or somebody else mentioning what we do, or whatever, and then things just start to develop and work out and really change into what we've become today. But I still think, like, I'm really excited for what the next 6 months is going to look like.
Just talking about web development, where we're at today, and we'll run that into the graphics, but I'll start with web development, where we can do anything 3D. Where the capabilities that we have is really at the forefront.
And literally one of the first and best companies in the world doing 3D stuff.
Bringing 3D products to a place where it's like being in a store. It's like being in a high-end store. One of the areas, and we haven't done it yet, but one of the areas that I'd love to do is to bring the yacht into this scope. Really huge project, not simple, but man, could it have impact. But you could bring in the touch and the feel of the upholsteries and when you're talking luxury items, and I don't care if it comes from a purse to a car upholstery to the furniture in a home or to the appointments in a yacht. The luxury side is all about touch and feel and what it makes you feel. And I've never seen anything like what we're able to offer in a 3D format of products that makes it like you're there touching and feeling it. It's unbelievable technology. And so not very many major players in our industry have that kind of capabilities. Yeah. And so to say that we do is just very exciting.
Yeah. So that's, working with ScanSight 3D. And then we talked about PEC a little bit and how that's been great and working with them. And, one of the things with them and ScanSight and all the companies we work with that you and I have talked about is finding companies that are remarkable and that also have an incredible why. So we want to help change communities, impact people's lives. And the companies we're working with are doing that too.
Well, and I think that that's our ultimate impact on the communities. Yeah. Not just through our own company, but actually coming by and helping other companies help the community. Yep. And collectively, I think that we can do some really good positive impact by making sure we do that. And how we do that, and you mentioned it, and I want to go back and reemphasize it, is that we choose to only work with companies that understand their why. Yeah. And that are really excited about their why. Yep. We want to actually be, kind of make sure that it's the right fit for them and us. Yeah, exactly. Not just one way, but both ways, to make sure that it's a win-win. Yeah. And that we're going to have a company that wants to do the right thing and they want us to do the right thing. And we come together. Yeah. But we're not going to just go out and work with any company. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Another project we're working on pretty far deep into is Results University. So, as we were building Results Media and developing sales team and just kind of our culture and what we do and the best way to go about getting clients and making new business and actually helping them, really developed into a whole sales training course, culture training course.
Culture is I think one of the key words I want. People to really resonate, right? Because that's really how Results University came about. Is that we want to make sure that we create a culture, and that we have all of our sales and all staff having the same talking points, the same language, really on the same page. Know their why, know why they're here, want to be here, and really stay on that page. Yep. So that. Yeah, is incredible analysis on yours, because I really do believe that's why we created Results University. Yes. Yeah. Is that culture. We want to make sure that not just that we have the culture this year, because we've seen some amazing companies in all of our lives come and go real quick because they had some great philosophy up front, but then they lost it. Yeah. And so what Results University really helps us do is capture that culture right up front and hold us accountable and maintain and improve it. Right. Not to just stay there, but to hold what works and what is right and what is amazing today and build upon that. Yeah.
So another thing I want to talk about is a nonprofit that we started that is still in its early developing stage. But something really close to home for me, for you, for our interns even, and that's called Saving Butte. And what Saving Butte is all about just sharing the authentic story of the people that went through the campfire in Paradise, California. I was born and raised in Paradise, grew up there my whole life. I still live in the area. I live in Chico. And both my kids were born in Paradise, in a hospital that partially burned down. And so, we know dozens and dozens, most everybody in that town lost their home. And one thing we recognized throughout that time is that people's stories weren't being shared. And there were things being left out of the narrative that was being shared. And so we're currently working on sharing more of those stories and even some of the stuff that we are hearing, but nobody's really talking about.
That's a great way to really explain the impact that we want to have. And I wasn't even thinking of talking about Saving Butte, but that's really what what our company's all about. That's why we did it. We want to make an impact.
Right.
We're not out trying to make money off of saving Butte. This is something that we have looked at as a way to make sure that we give out an opportunity to let anybody and everybody that needs their story to be told. Because, like you said, we know that that's not happening.
Right.
And we want to make sure that everybody has an outlet, and we're going to really try to get national attention and really try to make sure that we don't just get it out on a local level, but hopefully we can really get some traction and make sure that we get their stories. I think that there's something really even more, and not that we know about it. We're just the storytellers. We're not going to get involved politically, but at the same time, how do you have a town that many months, no cleanup yet? I mean, people, oh, no, Rex, they're cleaning up every day. And there's trucks up there every day.
Right.
Well, if you go up there, you see there's people working their tails off.
It looks like it just happened, though.
But it's still many, many months later, it still looks like it just happened. And you have to drive around for a long time to find those people because there's not enough. There's no equipment up there cleaning up. There's something. I don't know what it is. Yeah. But there's some that is going to be very emotional to those residents. Yeah. When they start to realize that they're not getting the cleanup that they deserve. Right. And I don't see it coming. Yeah. But anyways, it's a fun project. I really hope that we can definitely help the residents. Yeah. And I think that we can. And I think it's going to be a great project for us.
Cool. Well, so that's kind of where we're at right now. Sums up the last 6 months, briefly, and what we're working on. And I personally think it's pretty incredible from inception conversation starting, 6-ish months ago to where we're at now. And I think we're going to even be blown away by the next 6 months.
Absolutely. I think this company, this project, everything we're doing is so much bigger than us, and I believe from the interns that we have are amazing, to our clients are amazing. I really believe it's much bigger than us, and we've already started something that we can't even stop if we wanted to. It is an amazing rolling project of positive and impact in a great way.
Yeah. And we want to keep doing, these update podcasts maybe once a month, kind of letting you guys know where Results Media is as a company and just kind of the project we're dealing with, a little behind the scenes on top of the book reviews. And if there's any topics you guys want to hear about, any questions you have about our company or anything, please email us. You can email us at our names, so Greyson@resultsmedia.io, Rex@resultsmedia.io, or info@resultsmedia.io.
And I would love to hear any questions about challenges that we have faced.
Yeah.
I will tell you that we will bring out any ugly story. We have an amazing time being as authentic and real, and we don't mind making fun of ourselves, and we don't mind throwing ourselves under the bus because we know that's where lessons are learned. And so we'll throw them out there, not just for us to learn, but so you can learn from the lessons that we've learned.
Sure.
And so please bring your questions. Even if they're challenges, and challenge us. Yeah. Bring some questions. We would love them.
Awesome. See you guys next time.